Yeah, watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it up. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode, an annual episode. Nah, not even annual. We do this during the season 2. Trap or Dive Late Night. What's up, everybody? Just tapping in live. Everybody that's listening to the podcast eventually. Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate everybody watching live. What's up, Peace Craft? What's up, player? AJ's with me. Dre's with me. Monty, I see you checking in. Everybody else that's checking in live, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We always appreciate it. Audio side, when you hear this, man, hit that follow button. Hit us with a rating review if you can. We definitely appreciate that as well. We are 23 picks into the draft. 22 Packers are on the clock. We have several. We got a good number of people still on the board. Shadur Sanders. We were just talking about that before we got started. Dre, AJ, what's going on with y'all, man? How y'all feeling tonight? What you sipping on, Dre?
Man, I'm sipping on some cognac tonight. I'm on that Henny Mual tonight.
That hen dog. Yeah.
Hey,
hen dog, bro.
Something light before bed, because bed will be happening after I pick. Maybe after I watch some highlights and, get excited for a little bit.
Yeah. Are you actually surprised when you said, when we checked in, and you said you was just getting on your first drink? I would have thought you started drinking a couple hours ago.
No, Maul, I didn't want to do that because you would have been really mad at me when I was sleeping.
Oh, you would have crashed.
Maul was like, this sleep, man.
It's wild because I needed a drink to stay up. Like that's why I went out. I was like, bro, if I stayed in the crib, we wasn't making it to no 10:30.
Remember, was it the Super Bowl? Nah, it was the conference championship game.
Hey, your mic is muffled.
You can hear me?
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know if you remember. I think it was the conference championship.
No,
game.
It wasn't that game.
Oh, it wasn't that game.
Oh, the zone where Dre went missing. And he was
went missing.
No, it was a regular season game, and I actually think it was the Baltimore game. I think it was a Baltimore game
that one.
Because that was when AJ his phone was lost, and I didn't know where Dre was. And that evening, I did the show solo.
That was the last time I drank during 1:00 games.
that boy was faded, but I mean, doing good, man. The board is looking pretty good for Washington. Got some offensive options available to you. Got some back end corners, safety options available to you. Got some pass rushers with elite traits in the Mike Green, James Pierce, Donovan Ezraku still on the board. Still waiting for Green Bay to make this pick, but you're 6 picks away, and there's going to be talent available to you. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens while we live on this Trap or Dive episode.
Yeah, we have James Pierce Jr. at the edge position, James Pierce Jr., Mike Green, Ezraku, JT Tuimaluo.
He ain't even an option for me. So
I already know that.
Ain't even mentioning
Oluwafemi Oladejo.
Another non-option again.
I mean, you talk about non-options, but the people that I'm listening is we talking about big boards from analysts who've been ranking these guys. So that's what I'm saying. And then Landon Jackson is below all these guys that I just named. So
I would be shocked if they draft James Pierce. That's who AJ like. That's who I would be shocked if they drafted.
I mean, so that's what I'm kind of getting at though. Like, there's 8+ people on the board at edge that we're looking at, right? I didn't even get to the other positions yet. Like, if we look at who we got, where's the? Oh, that's why I got to scroll over a little bit. Cornerback.
I'm
Will
torn.
Johnson.
Dre, I'm torn, bro, because it's like it's like if they sitting there at 29, James Pierce and Donovan Ezraku are options. It's like, what do you?
That's the thing. I don't think people took into account the fact that there was some offensive linemen taken. The Bucks swung on receiver. The Broncos didn't get the running back that people thought they was going to get. I mean, Amari Hampton ended up getting picked. the Chargers took him. But like there was some different kind of things early on. Like the Panthers went wide receiver at 8. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe they were supposed to be wide receiver, but
the Jalen Walker thing threw off the draft for sure. That Panthers pick when they went T-Mac for sure. Yeah. That definitely changed the dynamic and stuff. I mean, because now you got a guy in Jalen Walker who's an off-ball linebacker that can also pass rush that dropped out of the top 15 and ended up going 16 in Atlanta. So yeah, it's just like that's the interesting thing about this draft, man. You also got Miami that took Kenneth Grant with their 13th overall pick. Yeah, it's just been
somebody else took a deep tackle. Oh, the Steelers. I mean, that leaves
an option off the board.
and I think who was it?
Walter Nolan went to the Cardinals.
Walter Nolan went to the Cardinals. If there was one position, in the first round that really like actually took a teams took turns on was the actual defensive tackle position more than it was edge. Like edge, they left edge on the board.
And they say D tackle is the deepest probably position in this whole draft class. But what we haven't even talked about yet is the fact that Shedeur hasn't been drafted yet, which isn't a complete surprise because everyone's been telling us this is a weak quarterback draft. But I'm mentioning this because this could have some significance to Washington because we're sitting at pick 29 and teams who passed up on him that you probably would have thought would have picked him could be
Giants,
sitting there like, man, I'm
Steelers, Browns,
Saints.
You got 3 teams. Saints.
They sitting at 40. The Saints are. So, I mean, these are teams that could call up at 29 and say, hey, man, we want Shedeur. And it could be a little desperate.
Y'all think he make it out the first?
I think Shedeur goes first round, but I don't think Washington gets involved in trading back.
It's going to be a trade up if anybody does get him in the first. None of the teams that's picking right now, in my opinion, that's left on the board is going to be an option for Shedeur.
Okay, the
Packers took Matthew Golden.
They just took Matt Golden.
No, that's a good pick.
They're giving Jordan Love more weapons.
Wide receiver. Solid pick.
Okay.
Not bad. What's up, Benz? What's up, Ego? What's up, Corey?
I'm surprised that Buka went over him.
Monty, I don't know if I said what's up to you, Monty, already. What's up, Monty?
That Fashion Nova suit.
Yeah, he looked like
Golden, bro. I'm glad he didn't go to Washington.
Minnesota could get Will Johnson right here for sure.
Would you draft Will Johnson at 29 if he sits there? Because remember, I like Jahdae Barron, but he already went to the Broncos early. So
bro, I like Will Johnson, but I pass rush is going to be available at 29, bro. I gotta go.
BPA or need? That's the question. You sound like you're going to need
BPA. If I have to put up Will Johnson with either James Pierce or Donovan Ezeraku, it would probably be James Pierce. It would be James Pierce.
I just don't think the team's going to do that. I think if it's between those two, if they say, all right, we're going to go edge rusher, let's pick the guy with less character concerns that's a similar player.
Something must be wrong with Will Johnson injury-wise still. Like,
no, it is because he got hurt again. I think he pulled his hamstring recently.
Like, something got to be wrong, bro. Like, dude's a technician, so
he was in the secondary with Mike Sanford. He was the
Texans,
best dude
they
last
got 20.
year.
Oh, no, 20. Wait, who's picking 24? Oh, Minnesota. Why they? Oh, they're on the clock.
Yeah,
cornerback, guard, safety, receiver. They probably go corner, bro. They might fuck around and go Will. Yeah.
Man, Vikings could go another pass rusher.
Add more to that defense.
Yeah, they can go rusher.
So let me see what the board look like. So Maxwell Hairston, Jihad Campbell, Golden just got selected. What's that star mean? That must mean they got. I gotta refresh it. Trayvon Henderson still up there. He's 11th on ESPN's big board. In terms of players remaining. Got a couple safeties up there. Like Malachi Stark still up there. If we want to like tap into the conversation we had with
they lost Chad. They lost Chad Bynum.
Also, a guy that we aren't talking about because I don't think any of us are high on him, but the team could be higher on him. It could be one of those shocking picks. Nick Scorton, Texas A&M. I wouldn't be shocked if that's the direction they went in.
I ain't high or low on Scorton.
Yeah, I'm indifferent on him. Yeah, I'm really indifferent on him.
I got no opinion on that. Alter Ego says he thinks. Well, I don't know if he's thinking that or if you actually saying that's where they went. And I hope you ain't spoiled.
He said he hopes.
I just moved my shit to chat, bro.
Oh. Yeah. I'm about to do the same.
Hey, do us a favor.
Even a couple of my boys, I done put them on mute. Like,
yeah, they be sending the pics to the.
Don't even touch my phone, bro.
I haven't got one pick spoiled tonight, so I'm doing good.
Yeah, I haven't. I've actually the only picks that I've gotten spoiled is when I went to go search to catch up, and I've been seeing the people who they be sending the picks ahead of time, but I haven't gotten none spoiled. All right, so Mike Green is falling, bro. Now let me actually rephrase that. I don't know if Mike Green is actually falling. Like, I think the most impressive or always interesting piece of the draft is like what can be falling to us is actually like the league being on the same page about players. So I don't know if he's falling. I don't know if James Pierce is falling. They may be in the same boat.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Will, but I know his concern, given that he's the top player on the board, was like he's a really good player. He has the height. Like, people are concerned.
He didn't play it all this year, right? Like, Will didn't play it all this.
Will got hurt early. He played. So I remember he had a pick six against like Fresno State. I remember that. That was like week 3. And then after that, I think he got hurt a little bit shortly after. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting just watching this play out. Not even thinking about Washington. Some of these people that I'm looking at on the board is just like, I don't think that everybody here is actually falling. It just dawned on me. Like, I think some of these teams are just on the same page about who these people are. And somebody's going to fuck around, make it the second round. And going to be viewed as where my camera at? As a steal camera. As a steal, bro. I don't know who it is.
Yeah. It's going to be somebody. But I think with Mike Green and James Pierce, not that mock drafts mean anything, but a lot of the mock drafts I looked at, this is like probably within this 25 to 34 to 35 range is probably where a lot of people had them going. So this is probably right around the range you expect them to go. Now we'll see what happens at 29, because again, we got a plethora of options available at this point. Like in a weak draft, this has been considered a weak draft. Everyone has said it's a weak draft. And I think a lot of teams have been kind of smart with this draft, because if you notice, the theme of this draft is trenches. It's not a lot of sexy position players being picked. It's a lot of offensive line, defensive line. So Washington gonna be left with everything.
Minnesota just took a guard,
Donovan Jackson.
So trenches again. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this draft is all about.
Yeah.
Houston, Texas probably about to take Josh Simmons right here.
But now this makes me wonder if we're gonna make a panic pick and say we got to go trade because all I'm gone.
A trade just happened. Houston trades pick.
Oh, to the Giants. Oh, that's the move. They about to get the quarterback.
Okay, this is Jackson Dart. I don't know if it's Shador. I would not.
Are you sure it's Shador, bro?
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Jackson.
That's my thing with Pittsburgh. I was like, are we even sure that they want Shador, bro? Like, I wasn't so convinced as time went on. Like, it didn't make sense.
My problem with the Giants is you signed Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson as your quarterback. So then what is a drafted quarterback in the first or second round going to do for your team this year when you also have your coach and your GM on the hot
fifth year option? That's what
I get the 5th year option, but it's like, bruh, if you already have in your mind that we're gonna attack the quarterback position, don't go sign 2 veteran QBs. Like,
what's up, Armani?
It just doesn't makes no sense to me. But I would love for Shador to be in New York. I think it'd be amazing connection wise with Malik Neighbors if that's what's gonna happen here with this pick. They obviously moved. They obviously moved up for a reason. But I think it's to appease. It has to be one of those situations like back in the day, Dwayne Haskins and Montez Sweat. Has to be to appease ownership or something, bro. Because it just doesn't for me, it doesn't make sense. Or it could be, what if it is Jackson Dart?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but so here's my thing. Yeah, I want to talk about that possibility. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna make their pick in a second, so I'll be quick. I think I agree. Like they on the hot seat, bro. But I also think you have to get somebody. Like Jameis is a person that you can cut right now.
Yeah, and Jameis is fine with being a backup as well. Like that's proven.
Fine with being a backup, and you don't have to like. Now, I do think that they like Russell Wilson. I do think that, but in reality, yeah, y'all know I don't fuck with him. Like I would cut him after I get my quarterback. but I'm just saying, like in reality, you can cut either one of those guys, Jabu or Russell, and you don't have to keep either one of them. I mean, you don't have to keep one or you don't have to keep both of them. Excuse me. Going into the regular season, you don't have to do that.
But see, here's the thing:
it's fine. I get it, but if you take a quarterback round one, right, and like I once said, the GM and the head coach on the hot seat, they got to start.
No, not a coach on the hot seat. They're not going to do that. No, so here's what's going to happen, AJ. It's going to be. This is what I can see happening.
2019 all over again.
Nothing matters. Like Brian Daboll starting Jackson Dart is not going to save his job regardless. Because if Jackson Dart goes out there and not winning games, he's not going to keep his job. His best option to keeping his job is trying his best with the veteran quarterbacks. But what's going to happen is he's in a tough NFC East division. The Giants season may start falling off the rails pretty early to the point where you're like, well, we're not playing the veteran quarterbacks. Let's put Jackson Dart in. But either way, I think Brian Daboll's gone. I don't think he lasts much longer in New York.
But if the pick is Shedeur Sanders, his presence is going to win over that young locker room immediately.
I don't know about that.
Compared to a Russell Wilson, like just from an offensive standpoint, he's gonna win that locker room over Russell Wilson. So it's like you're now compelled in between. What do you do there? Like I don't know. I just think it's a weird situation, but you know the Giants are a different team, man. Like even they gave Kayvon Thibodeau his option, his 5th-year option. It's like what are y'all doing at this point, bro? Like what is really the game plan there? Like I understand taking Abdul Carter, but then you don't accept Kayvon Thibodeau's option. You decline that shit.
Hey, chat. Who do y'all? We're at what pick are we at? 25. We're 4 picks away. Chad, who's left on this board that you're like we can really get this guy? Like, who is the person that's surprising you right now that's still up there? Let's get back to what you were saying though, AJ. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Like,
I mean, we don't have to talk about the Giants. We could talk about who's available to the Commanders.
I mean, with the Giants,
I feel like I say we got. Oh, they say the pick is in too, huh?
Yeah, but you know they on commercial. That pick been in about 10 minutes now, man.
So I don't know, like Shedeur.
Dog.
I was gonna say like Shedeur or even Jackson, bro. Like both of those guys, I view this like what's dude from Alabama, the quarterback.
Milrow.
All right, so like I view this same situation for these late first round quarterbacks. Like I view every single one of their situations the same right now. And what I mean by that is like I don't necessarily think that they're going to be drafted and you're going to be in a situation where like they have to start right away. Like that's kind of what you were saying if it's Shedeur, right? I think anybody that's coming in late is going to have the opportunity to compete for starter.
Look like it's Jackson Dart. How he's smiling on this camera.
I'm just saying. I told you, man.
Are you on ESPN or
I'm on ESPN. That boy ESPN too. Shaking hands.
Let me go there.
He's sitting down with Pops and I
know he look.
I know how ESPN handle them draft cameras in advance.
Yeah, he got that shit-eating grin on his face.
Yeah, he got a certain type of look on his face.
Hey, Dre, what you call it, bro? He got what on his face, bro?
The shit-eating grin, man. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I just don't see that anybody that's drafted late first round at the quarterback position. I don't see them like immediate starters. I see them as a person. another trade. Falcons are moving back into the first round. They're taking the Rams spot at number 26. Damn.
What the Falcons gonna do? What they doing?
They probably gonna get Will Johnson. Yeah,
Falcons be doing some random shit.
The Giants drafted Jackson.
Hey, told you. Hey, Shador gotta be sick, bro. I mean, I know he is sick right now. I mean, it's one thing the Cam Ward went over him. He expected that, but Jackson Dart, he like, him and Deion.
Well, I had listened to something. And they were saying that there's so many connections between the Giants and Ole Miss from like certain coaches, Eli Manning. I think like Dayball's daughter goes to school at Ole Miss. Like it's a bunch of connections in relation to Ole Miss. But I mean, the Giants gonna be the Giants, man. That's a terrible pick, but God bless them. You feel me?
Wait. I'm glad. I mean, because Jackson Dart doesn't scare me. He doesn't scare me at all. I'm sorry.
he's weak, dog. Like he's weak.
I mean, I think he's more of a product of the scheme. I mean, he had Lane Kiffin up there calling plays. I mean, Lane Kiffin is a hell of a college football schemer.
He's weak.
So
dang, the Falcons. Could they be taking Josh Simmons or?
They need somebody for what do they need anything on offense? I mean, you got Drake London, Kyle Pitts is still there, right?
They didn't get a pass rusher first pick, did they?
Nah, they got Jalen Walker.
Yeah,
unless they want to get another one.
Do they need another receiver? Who else? Who's the opposite receiver?
I think that they go on defense.
I mean, honestly, bro, in the offense with Drake London, that's all you need. You don't need no
I think it's probably Will Johnson.
What if it's Luther Burden?
Josh Simmons, the left tackle.
They could use well, you got a left-handed quarterback, so you need a right tackle. Well, the right tackle is your blindside tackle in Atlanta with your left-hand quarterback.
Fools took Jackson Dart.
I don't think they trading up for offensive lineman, bro.
I don't think so either. Well, it could, but I mean, Atlanta just does random shit. I feel like it's gonna be a flashy pick.
Atlanta does random shit. Ever since they took, what's crazy? That pick ends up working out. Taking Michael Penix, bro. Like it ends up working out for him.
You didn't have to spend that money on Kirk Cousins. Now you kind of stuck with him. Like, you can't even move him.
I want to know whose decision was that. Like, I really don't remember anymore. Who was that? The owner or was that the team?
It's probably the GM because I don't think that was Raheem Morris. Like, I feel like
Raheem. I think it was all in on that joint. They just ain't know. They ain't know how the draft was gonna play out, process wise. I think it just was like, let's see if we can sneak our way into the playoffs. Let's spend this bread. And we still gonna get this quarterback. But I mean, we 3 picks away, dog. Washington got a lot of options on the table. Like,
Everybody wheeling and dealing, bro. Let me refresh the big board.
The only way they could go wrong for me in my eyes right now is if they took a Nick Scourton. that is the only way they could go wrong because it's like Baltimore could take a pass rusher, Detroit could take a pass rusher. They both need pass rushers, but Baltimore would love to fall. Like that's what the Todd McShay was talking about. They just let the board come to them, bro. They could possibly get a Will Johnson.
Something is throwing me off.
Hey,
I don't disagree with you.
Your mic is mute.
Oh yeah, you muted.
Yeah, like Baltimore can go defense.
Baltimore could just play the board and let either Malachi or Will Johnson fall to them at 27, dog.
Something's throwing me off, bro, and it may just be the fact that I may be a little surprised that some people are still here, or maybe that we heard so much about the edge position, and that with the edge position guys like that's still on the board, like so many like have been mocked at various spots in the first round.
Man, I hate these folks, bro.
Giants don't draft black quarterbacks. You should have known right there, AJ.
I'm talking about. I accidentally hit the joint and somebody already took the damn pick.
Oh yeah, I saw it too. I ain't want to say nothing. Yeah, I went back to practice.
I ain't even see it.
Yeah, I saw it too. Yeah, I ain't say nothing.
Hey, T.O., you a dick.
I went right back to practice.
Yeah, all right, hold on, wait, relax. Hey, just everybody in the chat, bro. Can we if we're in the stream, can we like wait till we react?
Look, put it like this, chat. We can't read none of your comments because we done went over to the private chat because we know y'all want to spoil it just for the hell of it, man. That's just what it is.
Hey, them boys got 2 freaks coming off the edge, James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker.
What was that? 3 picks short of Washington? Okay.
We play Atlanta this year too, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, no. Yeah, we do. Yep, we played them. Hey, is that his girl? That's his girl to the right. I mean, she all right, man.
I'm on ESPN on NFL Network. Oh, okay.
They gave.
Wait, Dre, what you say, bro?
I say his girl looking a little all right. If that's his girl, man.
James Pierce. They gave up a first-round pick next year and a second this year.
Oh, they gave up a first-round pick
for next year. Hell yeah, they really. Oh yeah, they really trying to get after the quarterback.
Damn.
Wait, hold on. Wait, my bad, bro. Read the comment back. Oh, I see it now. First round pick, 3rd round pick. The Rams get a 2025 second, 2026 first.
They named Albrecht. I think they named Albrecht the defensive end, right? I mean the defensive coordinator.
Damn. That's not bad.
We're gonna see
Ravens, Detroit, and Washington.
Yeah, Jeff Albrecht is the.
Hey, somebody came in the chat. Agree with you, Dre. ATL really be doing some random shit.
No, they do. I mean, because like I said, it's just you never know what they're gonna do. But this wasn't bad. I mean, James Pierce. My question is, I mean, once I hear somebody get questioned whether they love the game of football, that's when I get a little worried because I'm like, are you really gonna put the work and effort in? Like, I never want to hear that about a prospect, and I heard that quite a couple of times with James Pierce. I mean, hell of a player, hell of a talent, but you gotta love the game at this level.
He gotta love the game. They traded a future first-round pick for that motherfucker.
Well, Atlanta's hoping he loved the game.
Like, they must know he loved the game, like. Because, I mean, they just added 2 we got to think about it. They've been lacking pass rushers for a while. They just got 2 in this draft. Like,
hey, bro, I think Washington may fuck around go Mike Green, bro.
Man, that'd
possibly could. But then
controversial, but I hope not. I hope Baltimore go ahead and do that for him.
Would y'all be mad if Travion Henderson?
They ain't gonna do it, bro. They said that's all for Washington. That's what they said.
Because a lot of smoke been around Travion Henderson at 29.
What'd you say, Dre?
Would y'all be mad if we get Travion Henderson at 29?
With how the board is right now, I'd be mad if we got Travion.
Me too. I wouldn't want that at 29. No, I wouldn't want that.
Like the board,
it's a deep running back class.
Right in your lap. Like you got 2 pass rushers you could possibly consider and Malachi Starks.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like Baltimore could go Will Johnson here.
Just said, give me Mike Green or Henderson. Benz thinks that we're going Henderson. JC said, does Atlanta really think they're in a position to be trading future first rounders? I mean, if they feel like they got their quarterback
in that division, they could. It's not a bad decision.
So Raheem took the job thinking that they already at the cusp of what they need to do. So.
But you got to factor in Atlanta's division too. The NFC South is a pretty weak division. It's been weak for a couple of years. I mean, it's a division you can win. You can win your division in 9 or 10 games right now as it stands.
Another topic: Josh Simmons, Josh Connerly, offensive lineman, on the board.
My question is, if you're playing, which is crazy because we've been talking about Brandon Coleman and we thought that he would probably move to guard after you got Laramie Tunsil, but the word is they want to move him to tackle. So if you get a Connerly or Josh Simmons, what do you do with Brandon Coleman? Does that mean he's going inside now because you're not moving one of those guys to guard?
Put
them to tackle. Yeah,
I'm sure one of them. I don't know too much, but I think one of them played guard. I'm trying to check. I remember one of their names.
I think Josh Simmons played a little bit of guard.
Yeah, I'm about to say one of them can get moved inside, but I'm looking.
But I don't think those are options, man.
That's all I asked. Did I think
if they took an offense,
I would have drafted a guard honestly before a tackle.
I'd be like, man, what the hell are we doing at this point?
Like if Tyler Booker fell to 29, I wouldn't have been mad if they drafted him. But obviously,
that boy went what? Oh no, he went to Dallas. Yeah, what? That was 11 or 12, something like that.
And I thought people were talking like he could fall all the way to 29. The Cowboys picked him top 12.
All right, the pick is in. While we are podcasting, let's go ahead and take a break. And before the Ravens get back and talk to these folks about underdog fantasy. Underdog fantasy. Here we go. Let me tell you something. Do you ever watch sports and find yourself wishing there was a way to get into the game? Let's go. So I'm gonna tell you about underdog, man. There's finally a way where you can make picks on sports without leaving the house. Game's in your hands, bro. The game is in your hands. Underdog is one of the leading sports apps, and you can play now in your state. To play, choose whether a player will go higher or low on their stats, such as touchdowns, strikeouts, points scored, and more. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You can create entries with all your baseball picks, or you can mix and match across mix and match across other sports. You can play as little to $1, and if you get everything right, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. So you can turn $1 to $1,000 with just your sports knowledge. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on underdog. I need to be one of them billions. I need to win $1 million, something like that. Their app has over 100K 5-star reviews and millions of players. Tomorrow, who's playing tomorrow? Be quick with mine. I probably do 2 picks. Tomorrow we have Boston, Orlando, LA Lakers, and Minnesota. I'm doing 2 of them. Luka Doncic, I'm going higher than 30.5 because he a dog. And then for LeBron James, we're doing 37.5 higher PRA. We're keeping it very simple. Higher Luka Doncic points, 30.5. And then we're doing higher LeBron James, 37.5 PRA. 2 plays. Keeping it simple. Download the Underdog app and sign up now using the promo code TrapperDive to unlock a special offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up using promo code TrapperDive. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash upon your first deposit. You must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. If you're in Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. If you're in New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE NY. Let's get back to the draft.
Will Johnson may be a commander because the Ravens went Malachi Starks.
Hey, man, shout out to my boy Chris Coy. He represents Malachi Starks. Congratulations on your client going in the first round.
Hell of a safety duo. Kyle Hamilton.
Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton is some very intelligent football players.
It feels like Ron Landry and Sean Taylor in 2008. Well, 2007.
Sean T?
7. I'm just saying, remember how to do when we were so excited about this safety duo. Oh man, we got Sean Taylor, we got LeBron Landry. I mean, this got to be what the Ravens fans feel like. You got your superstar in Kyle Hamilton, and now you add in Malachi Starks here, center fielder.
Hey, Josh, I actually agree. I like the pick, and it's crazy because one of my mans respect for those that's listening to the podcast. He said that's such a Cowboys pick, and it always ends up being good. One of my men, he actually Nick on the all 32 side, bro. So mad they took a guard. And I'm like, bro, like I guess he wanted a receiver. I'm like, bro, first of all, if you wanted Matt Golden at 12, I'm like, if you was the GM, you deserve to get fired.
I actually don't like Dallas drafting offensive linemen because they do so damn well when they do draft them. I think about the Zach Martins, who was the center they had
Travis Frederick.
Years. Yeah, Travis Frederick. I mean, these were picks that we laughed at the time, but they ended up making Dallas Zeke and all those dudes look great.
I get why Dallas fans would be upset not getting a speedster and a Matthew Golden to go alongside CeeDee Lamb. They've been looking for a wide receiver to pair up with him, but I mean, there's still opportunities to get someone in the second round.
I'm with you. You got plenty of more opportunities, bro. It's the first pick. You're picking at pick 12, bro.
Tyler Booker is athletic as hell. Y'all see his feet.
That's why I didn't like that size. I hate that because I didn't want the Cowboys to get a Tyler Booker.
Oh man, what does Detroit do here, bro?
I'm with you, JC. That's kind of where I was getting at earlier. Like, it's so many edges that was mocked. Like, I think that was the fad in mock drafts was the edge rushers being selected. It ended up being the defensive tackles And now we're getting some of the DBs getting taken off the board more than we are getting the edge rushers.
Yeah, I think it's because, man, we could see Ravens' entire whole board, bro.
Oh, you're on ESPN? Damn, I'm missing it. I didn't go back.
Yeah, I just seen one of my young boys' name under the local area prospects on their board. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just think that with these pass rushers, there's so many different type of pass rushers. That's the thing. Like, you got guys that can play the run well, like a Michael Williams, but can't pass rush. You got guys like a Shamar Stewart that have all the traits in the world, but also doesn't have the productivity on a collegiate level, and you don't know what you're going to get. You got a Jalen Walker who is an all-ball linebacker, but also can come off the edge. You now got James Pierce Jr. that was taken by Atlanta. They moved up, who didn't play as many snaps as you would have loved, and the other guys at the defensive end position that, you know, have already been drafted or mentioned in the same class as him. He played with like 400 and some snaps in comparison to 700 plus from other guys, but he has all the traits and athleticism to get after the quarterback. And now when you sit here at 29, you got a Mike Green that can get off the ball, but kind of light weight wise. You're not really sure how he's going to play the run game. He could definitely bend the corner, but then you got a sexual assault situation, two of them, even though he ain't been convicted of anything, but two of them, and you ain't even get the bread yet. It's kind of alarming. Who knows what else NFL security or the team security that found out. Then, as Washington, you came off of a sexual assault situation with your previous ownership group. Even though it's a new ownership group, is that something that you really want promoted throughout your second year of ownership? That you drafted this guy Mike Green that has two alleged situations. Then Donovan Ezeraku can I think he could do both, but at the same token, some people don't view him to be an elite pass rusher. Some might view him to be situational. Nick Scorton, another guy. Like, it's just pick your poison. What type of guy do you really want? And I think that's why this becomes so intriguing. But now you also sit here with a cornerback such as a Will Johnson being amongst the mix of like what the Maxwells from Kentucky, the Maxwell Harrisons, and so on. You got options. Detroit's about to pick right now, and Washington is on the clock. So
the question is, what does Detroit do? Because I mean,
I think they go edge.
I was looking at mock drafts.
They went D tackle. They went Tyleek Williams out of Ohio
Wow.
State.
You a little early.
Yeah, you way ahead of us. Because mine just the Goodell just walked up.
Yeah, so
but that makes sense though, because I mean I would imagine what's the dude's name? Aiden Hutchinson probably comes, probably be around week 1. Like, he gonna be good. So like it would make sense to kind of get that interior straightened out. They couldn't stop a nosebleed either up front.
Yeah. Remember, they had all them injuries on defense. I think what they really wanted though, and the board just didn't play out in Detroit's favor. I think Detroit really would have went offensive line if some of those guards would have failed. But those guards went early.
Damn, Washington in a weird spot, bro.
Yeah, man, here it is.
It's about to be intriguing because I damn sure didn't think Detroit's going D tackle.
What we about to do, man?
Because they still got Alem McNeil. I thought DJ Reader was still under contract with them. So Washington, let's see what they about to do, man.
Hey, send that pick in Adam Peters. That clock shouldn't be moving, bro.
I already made the call, bro.
It might be a trade, though. I'm telling you.
I told y'all who it's going to be.
If y'all made the call, who would it be?
Right now,
it's Mike Green, bro.
Dre, who would it be?
If I'm picking right now on the board, man, I'm going Ezeraku. With what's on the board right now, that's the guy I'm going with.
And Ball, you going Mike Green?
Mike Green, bro. Mike Green, man. Who? Mike Green.
I'm going Ezeraku.
Mike Green.
I'm going Ezeraku.
But Will Johnson, though. I would not be mad with Will Johnson right here.
Nah, I got to be mad at Will Johnson, bro.
Why would you?
because it's like
you said there was only one person you be mad at. You looked at like 5 people.
I'm just thinking of it because I still
because AJ wants need. He don't want BPA.
Nah, I don't even. It's a weird thing. I don't really know enough about Will Johnson's injury stuff, but I still holding out on hope that Washington can go get Jalen Ramsey. I know y'all.
Look,
I'm playing.
I don't want that, AJ. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are playing bad, AJ.
If you can get Ezeraku,
I'm a Florida State dude, and I don't even want
that.
You said what?
I said I'm a Florida State dude, and I don't even want that right now. I'm a huge Florida State.
I'm
dude.
perfectly fine with that. Like,
all right, let's see. April 20th.
No, you know what? I'm telling you right now, something ain't right because I mean I could be completely off base here. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but this is the first pick in like the last 6 to 7 picks where the time is ticking, down to 2 to 1 minute, which makes me think they are fielding trade call offers right now. That's what I feel like.
I don't think so, bro.
I mean, it could be, but they might just be.
Oh no! Let me rephrase that. I do think they may be fielding trade offers, but they may be listening.
Yeah, just listen. They don't mean they're gonna take them. They can just be listening right now. Something might not sound right.
I think they got their guy, but they want to see if they can. You want to see if they can move it back, maybe.
Oh boy!
If you taking it down to this point, like
AJ is gonna be pissed if we trade down. But AJ, would you be mad if we trade to 33? Like if we went to 33 or 34? It's in. So no trade.
We don't even need to.
There it is, bro. Hey, what's up, Rick? What's up, Rick? Again, please, if you in the chat, bro.
Just move the chat. I'm in chat right now, and my phone on D&D.
All right, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go to private chat. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to private chat. I don't see no comments. Chances, y'all can talk. No talk all you want to. I don't care. Yeah. I can't see nothing.
I can't hear you.
I hope it's Donovan Ezeraku, dog.
I would love Ezeraku. Yeah, there's nothing that can make me mad right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Even though I think I would like. I think it's Mike. I don't. Ezeraku.
I would say I would be a little shocked at the running back.
I'll be interested with Will. I'll be interested. What's up, Dakota? I'll be interested with Will. But Ezeraku, that's my dog. I think Landon Jackson's out of the equation. I only bring him up. I would
love Landon in the second round if they didn't go edge here.
Yeah. I'm about to say I only bring him up because I know we talked about him on our show, and then I actually dropped the scouting report on him this morning. Like that shit ain't happening.
What's crazy is the Eagles could end up if Washington don't take Mike Green, the Eagles could end up with Mike Green.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Eagles got the options as well. This is kind of the luxury of picking late in the draft, is you get to watch everybody else, how everybody else's board go off, and it's gonna be talented players.
Buffalo will probably take Will Johnson and Washington don't.
All right, AJ, don't say nothing because you are ahead of us. So be quiet.
All right, yeah, I think I'm behind both y'all. Honestly,
we'll wait till Mual responds and then well, you might be a little ahead of me, so I don't know.
We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, listen. We just know AJ gotta be quiet. That's
I'm not.
All right.
Matter of fact, AJ, turn your camera off just for 2 seconds.
Nah. That's gonna be the gauge, bro.
I know.
If AJ mad, then I know who it is, bro.
Somebody
slam his phone, bro. I know
somebody
who it is.
Grandma pissed. Somebody grandma pissed off.
Slapping hands.
Mom,
who is that they showing right there?
That's Cliff. That's Cliff dapping people up.
I don't
Jamal, you a little ahead of me.
I don't even see that.
You on ESPN? But see, you gotta remember, I'm on NFL Network though.
Oh, okay. I'm on ESPN. I'm on completely different. So it may be offense. If Cliff dapping motherfuckers up, his offense. Who on offense? Travion Henderson.
Oh Lord, let me get off ESPN, bro. Hold on.
Right, it might be if Cliff dapping people up, it could be Travion Henderson.
Let me turn up. All right, here we go. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we know what they're going to do with Brandon Coleman now.
Well, I brought him up for a reason, bro.
Hey, the trenches.
Josh Connerly, bro.
Wow.
Josh Connerly gets selected.
Wow.
Offensive lineman, Oregon. Everybody.
Okay, Josh Conley.
Hey,
Doug Williams.
Hey, Josh Conley.
Everybody dapping each other up. They love it, man.
Oh man! All right, that's what's up, bro. Like everybody said, there wasn't no pick that anybody get mad at, right? Yep.
Well, they saying on ESPN he could be a guard or he could be a tackle.
Yep.
I mean, it's offensive. I mean, you have to build the offensive line up. I mean, I thought the offensive line had got better, but you still had some gaps there. So,
hey, look, bro. Honestly, at the end of the day,
I know AJ don't like that shit at all. I already know.
Oh my God!
I'm just looking at the highlights right now,
bro. They took a left tackle that they're gonna have to move
they
to
said
the
he can
right.
play guard. They say he can play guard or
man. That boy is not playing no guard, dog. He's already better than Brandon Coleman.
So Brandon Coleman's going to guard then.
Let's take a look. Hold on, let me bring up Josh Conley profile so I can read this off. You muffled your mic again too.
Man, yeah, my mic deserved to be muffled after that pick.
All right, here we go. This is from NFL.com. Probably Lance Zierlein. And then who else we got?
Oh my God.
That's from Lance.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, ESPN seemed to like it, man. They said it's a nice pick for that, man.
Man.
All right, yeah, here we go. This was
an Eagles pick.
All right,
this was an Eagles pick.
So I'm about to read off Lance Zierlein's scouting report. Here we go. 2-year starter whose in-season improvement and performance against Penn State's Abdul Carr to make it easier to project his future. Connerly is proportionately built but lacks ideal play strength. He strains at the point of attack but needs to get his hips and hands synced to improve as a finisher. He moves easily in space, gets to his ankles to help spring the run. Sounds like an athlete. He sets with smooth slides and ready hands, but gets caught oversetting, which means he needs to get his feet together. He has anchor troubles against power that might be challenging to correct. He sees twists and blitzes developing and recovers with athleticism when beaten. Connerly is young and needs more development, but he should become a good starter at tackle or guard. His strengths laid out is movements are composed and relatively athletic. He accelerates hard into down blocks. Those are, for those who are unfamiliar with down blocks, is moving down the line of scrimmage, literally like towards the center. Those are your down blocks. Works with strain at the point of attack and is rarely on the ground. He's well balanced, slides both diagonally and back inside, throws a sudden punch with good pop. Squeezes B gaps and scans for incoming when rusher void. So like good processor against like line games and stuff like that. His weaknesses are he lacks pace to collect linebackers on workup blocks. Essentially like second level blocking and his tempo needs to improve. He can be out of control when he goes to the second level. He needs to improve his play strength and play bigger. He oversets, opens up the inside during pass protection, and an average bender, and also has trouble anchoring against speed to power rushers.
What's his height and weight?
He is
6'5", 311, I believe.
6'5", 311, 33.5-inch arms, 10-inch hands, 10 inches and 3/8 hands. He ran a 5-second 40. He has a 34.5 vertical jump. Okay. So that's reading everything out. Honestly, bro, I don't think this is too surprising. And again, like just to circle back, the offensive line part, I had to make sure I brought that up towards the end. I mean, as we were getting closer to our pick, because I think as we talk about defensive line, or even we talking about cornerback, offensive line is one that's been a sneaky conversation, honestly, like the last week and some change. Not like the last couple of months, but like the last week and some change, people was talking about offensive line. And I think when you look at Washington and their setup, bro, like one thing you do when you look at offensive line is you take away what's your boy? Andrew Wiley. Like he's probably gonna be in a best case scenario a backup offensive lineman, your backup tackle, your backup guard. I don't think he's gonna be no swing tackle. I don't think he can play the left side. So he's either gonna be your backup left guard or right guard, or he's gonna be your backup right tackle. You move Brandon Coleman to the best situation possible. And if that means playing at Sam Cosmi's spot until Sam Cosmi gets back, or moving Brandon to Nick Allegretti's side and moving Nick to right guard, that is an option too. But if you want like your best 5 out there, where you're talking about like having a no question top 10 offensive line, I'm not saying that that's the case when you get a Josh Connolly. I got to look at his tape.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like when you're talking about having the potential of having that top 10 offensive line unit, as opposed to having an offensive line where you needed to chip. Like we talked about this all season. Like you had to chip your receivers, your running backs, your tight ends. You had to keep them in like close to the tackle before they got out on the route. And 9 times out of 10, the people who chipping, they going into the flat. You couldn't really open up your offense like the way you would want to if you're a Cliff. So I think that there's different ways that they looked at this offensive line and the situation, and they said we can get even more creative offensively if we get another offensive lineman to help. If we get a top tier offensive lineman who's a day one starter for us in the first round. And I think that's how they viewed it when they made this selection. And I honestly I'm not mad at it. I'm annoyed, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad if that makes sense. Like I can be annoyed and be okay.
I'm not even annoyed. I mean, I'm a little surprised because I wasn't really thinking tackle in a sense, but look how the draft has been going. I mean, I've been talking about this, all night. The draft is all about the trenches, and this is what you get when you get a weak draft. When you get a perceived weak draft, the best thing to do is go with the safest picks. And the safest picks from everyone has been going is offensive line, defensive line. And for Moneyball, I want to calm my man Moneyball down over there because Moneyball is going off right now. Moneyball, first he said it was a reach. First, no, Moneyball wasn't a reach because every mock draft I've seen had Connolly somewhere in the first round. I don't know. I mean, it varied, but he was in a lot of places in the first round too. Second, Moneyball asked, why did we trade for Tunsil? Because Tunsil's going to play left tackle. That's why he traded for Tunsil. Like this pick here.
I wasn't even going to address that.
But no, I mean, this pick here for Connolly doesn't change anything with Tunsil because you're not drafting Connolly as your left tackle. You're drafting him to strengthen the offensive line. And the truth is, like I said, while none of us expected this because we've all been kind of set on, we need edge rusher. We still need an edge rusher. We still need, more pieces on defense. But the fact of the matter is, the Commanders got their asses whipped by the Eagles. The only team that stood in the way of the Commanders from getting to a Super Bowl last year was the Philadelphia Eagles. And they did that because they whooped the Commanders' ass at the point of attack in the trenches. And this is a person right here, while you're already building a strong offensive line, like Tunsil already made the offensive line stronger at 2 positions because Brandon Coleman's going to make a spot stronger. Now you just added an even stronger position. Like Connolly is going to be a good player. Like even ESPN, you may not have expected it. You may not, thought we were going to go this route. But this is a player that was going to start for somebody in the NFL, and he's going to start for Washington. And this is another starting spot on the offensive line at a position that you have to be good at in this league, especially looking at how this draft went. Everyone is going trenches. Look what Atlanta did. Look what the Giants just did. Giants just drafted 2 key defensive players on the, what I mean? So you have to be ready for everything that's coming at you this coming year. You have to protect that investment at quarterback. So this is why this is a position that fans may not like or love because it's not a sexy pick. It's a pick, in my opinion, that I don't think anyone should be really mad at because it helps you in a league where you really need help in the trenches.
All right, so
Yo, hey, bro.
AJ,
I'm gonna send y'all this video, bro.
I mean, I think I'm a little confused, but at the same token, of course, like the trenches It's definitely something that you want to build on.
That boy AJ sounds so sad, bro.
He is.
I mean, cause it's like, bro,
Mike Green.
He deflated, man.
I just really thought like Donovan Ezraku would be the pick, because it's
we
just
could have
like,
traded for Jalen Ramsey. What are we doing?
I think that there's a lot of information that we've obtained from articles we read, mocks. I mean, we had Todd McShay on here, told us about the whole like ideal of BPA and when you have a certain quarterback taking, defensive players because that quarterback can't help on that side of the ball. The board played out kind of perfectly for the person that I've been having my eye on, in particular, Donovan Ezraku. For him to sit there and not be picked, it's kind of upsetting. But at the end of the day, I never thought that Brandon Coleman was going to be the right tackle for this team. I always thought that he was going to be the left guard. I just didn't think that option was going to come first round, pick 29. But I mean, I get it. They're trying to build out a formidable offensive line. You already got your center solidified, Biotish. You got Lermy Tunsil. You'll have him for some time. Your left guard. I guess you now bump Brandon Coleman there for sure.
Did I get the Eagles pick yet?
Nah, not yet.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
But you get to bump that guy over there, the left guard, to pair alongside Lermy Tunsil. Now with Connolly Jr., I think I need to understand if he's played some right tackle, if he's also played some guard, but I don't think that they took him to play guard. Who knows? I really don't know. I guess we'll find out in the presser where they identify him to be. But knowing
he can be their right tackle,
knowing Peters, they're gonna say he could play tackle and guard, and we're not gonna really know until we. That's get also true.
But I say that's also true. They could probably
I just think we're not gonna know until we get closer to like maybe the second week of training camp, which is cool. I mean, you get a young athletic guy. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know a bunch about Connolly Jr. At the end of the day, he has great size, 6'5", 311. He has some great feet.
That boy.
But for me, I think that there's still some players on the board. It's just that Washington sits so deep down in the draft because of the success that they've had. Maybe we see them try to come up because of how the board has played out.
I'm about to say it ain't happening, bro.
Yeah,
I really don't know because I think we've seen some
very funny as hell. No,
I want to respond to Moneyball. That's what I want to respond to.
Oh, you talking about a comment?
Yeah, no, I was talking to you, AJ, with a no, but
like moving up. I mean, I really don't know what's going to happen at this point. I honestly, when even Mual brought up the whole tackle thing, I was like, man, that ain't happening the way the board playing out, and it happened. You feel me? So I really don't know what Adam Peters got in mind. I mean, y'all, Mual seen Cliff giving people daps and stuff from NFL Network, so that kind of tipped it off that it was somebody offensive. Yeah. I just didn't think it was going to be offensive.
I thought it was Henderson.
I didn't think it was going to be offensive to me, and I don't. And when I say that, I'm offended. I'm appalled.
But see, AJ, like I said, fans do not like the trenches picks early. Like I think Moneyball is like a prime example of this because Moneyball just said that it's better to sign O linemen as free agents instead of reaching for a guy in the first round, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Like it's the worst thing in the world to expect quality offensive linemen to be sitting there in free agency.
Yeah, they don't get
the free agency.
That's why you're signing journeyman.
Hey, can we just acknowledge that Moneyball is like going through he's just going through his it's a syndrome, bro. Like eventually, in like a couple of weeks from now, maybe like a month from now, he'll be fine.
It's kind of like the reaction to Dan Quinn when he got hired. Like it was not sexy. It was not what everybody wanted. It wasn't the Ben Johnson Christmas present that people wanted.
Okay,
you saw the Eagles pick.
Eagles made their pick.
Yeah, I was asking if y'all.
Well, it's coming up. Well, Rogers.
Shout out to my guy Chris Coy again, another client.
Oh, Jihad Campbell. Okay, that's gonna be he's gonna be a good player in Philadelphia.
Another guy that can't stop Jaden. I ain't worried about him.
But yeah, I mean, But like I said, offensive lineman just doesn't excite fans. Like, look at the Cowboys. They were pissed that they drafted a really good prospect in Tyler Booker at the 12th pick. Why did we pick a guard? Why did we pick a guard? When this guy is going to be opening up lanes for your running backs, he's going to keep your quarterback protected. Like, it's a piece. Like, you have an investment in Jaden Daniels. And it's kind of to Todd McShay's point, but Todd McShay didn't go to it to this point with us. He more so spoke on the defense. But Jaden Daniels can make up for a lot of deficiencies on offense. And when we speak of those deficiencies, we talk about the running backs. We talk about the pass catchers. Like, Jaden Daniels can make plays. He can make those guys look better. But a lot of times the quarterback can't make an offensive line look better. Like, the offensive line can sometimes make a quarterback look worse than he is, even though Jaden didn't show any symptoms of that last year. But the point is, you're keeping your investment in a Jaden Daniels safe. Like, going forward, this is like the offensive line is not going to be something you're going to be worried about. Like, Washington, a lot of fans don't realize that we are still building core players to this roster. Like, this roster is nowhere close to where Adam Peters and them will like this roster to be. It just looked a lot better because the quarterback looked a lot better than anybody expected them to look last year. And you built a pretty good culture. You're still in this culture. But right now, you're still identifying these core players. This is why fans were kind of complaining early in the offseason that, we're still signing 1-year contracts to guys because we don't have the core players yet. So this is what you're doing. You're adding BPAs. Like, Josh Connolly is a BPA option for them. At least they believe Josh Connolly is a BPA. Even if we don't believe he's BPA, they believe he's BPA. So you're adding players to your roster, the core players.
So my thing is, based on what happens with this last pick, but you're going into Friday with the second and third round with possibly Donovan Ezraku, Mike Green as 2 pass rushers that did not go in the first round, and possibly maybe a Will Johnson. You're telling me that Washington is just going to sit idle and just wait until when's their pick?
61.
61. Well, I thought you said move back up. I'm tripping.
I'm talking about move up
in the second round. Yeah, I still don't see that though, AJ. I don't see it.
I don't know. It depends. Like how far up do they gotta move?
They only have 4 more picks in this draft. Like, how much can you move up? Like, what do you have at this point to move up? That's my whole thing.
Yeah, I don't see them making no huge leap. Like, if you're talking about like a couple spots, that may be one thing. But if you're talking about like moving up 6+, I think 6+ is going to start costing you.
I mean, if anything, they may move down from 61 to try to accumulate more picks.
That's what I thought. Like, that's what we mentioned in our last mock or our last conversation about draft. Like, if they move anything, I don't think it's going to be their first. I think it's going to be their second, so they can try and get multiple day 2 picks. That's what I always thought. I think the spot to make a trade, whether it's forward or backwards, would be with the 61st pick, right? Yeah, their 61st pick is going to be that one.
What I can see, I don't know, because I haven't looked at the draft board and see who's picking what, but I can see a scenario where you're trading 61 to get 2 third-round picks. I mean, because again, this is a draft where you're talking about like a lot of prospects. There's not much of a drop off in the prospects in this draft. I mean, a lot of the prospects are similar, so I could see you trading out of that second round and getting 2 third-round picks. So,
all right, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and close it with a finite. I don't even think I use that word right.
Let's see this Chiefs last pick.
Let's get a grade. Let's get a grade on
Moneyball. What is your deal? I don't understand how anyone can call Marshawn Lattimore's trade a disaster. Like,
let's go ahead and come on. Like, he's spazzing out, bro. Let him do his thing. I'm about to say, Moneyball, I ain't even gonna stop you. You ain't being disrespectful.
Yeah,
you get it off your chest, bro. Go ahead and do your thing. Yeah, do your thing, bro. Let's go ahead and get a grade on let's go ahead and get a grade on Connerly. And let's go ahead and wait for this Chiefs pick, bro. I'm gonna give it, and I'm talking about the selection. So we can't talk about the player yet. We know you gotta wait a little bit. But I think the idea of going in the trenches automatically, whether it's offensive line or defensive line, you can't get no lower than a B. So I'm going to give them a B+ on Connerly. In my opinion, you can go lower than a B, but I don't see you going lower than a B when you're talking about trench work. So yeah. I'm gonna get him a B plus.
I'm gonna go with a solid B. I mean, I'm not gonna say a B plus. It could be, but I'm gonna say a solid B.
Bitch, be bold.
and hey, look. Reason I go solid.
Bitch, be bold.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, AJ. Like, you can't say C. I'm not gonna say A, but it's a safe pick. And safe is a solid B at this point. You know, I mean, he could be elite, and if it's elite, we can change the grade at that point and go A plus, whatever you want to go. But at this point, like Mual said, I agree 100%. You cannot go lower than a B because this is a position like you can never say you don't need an offensive lineman unless you just have the greatest offensive line, unless you have the hogs of the 80s or something, which Washington clearly didn't have. We just felt better about our offensive line, but we didn't think our offensive line was great at this point. But you added to it, and we don't know if Connolly's going to be a Pro Bowler or if he's going to be a whatever he's going to be. But at this point, I mean, I probably will say he's going to be a solid starter. So I can't go lower than a B at this point. It's a solid pick. It's a safe pick. A safe pick gets you a B.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I'm gonna go with a C. I'm gonna go with a C based off of what was on the board.
I'm gonna kick you off the stream, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna go with it. Nah, I mean, just what was on the board, and even if you wanted to go tackle, I felt like the more athletic guy and who also has shown the versatility of playing left, right, and some guard was Josh Simmons out of Ohio State. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, we are gonna have to see what happens. I guess once we get off here, I'm gonna be interested to hear what Adam Peters has to say with the plan for Connolly Jr. If now that automatically pushes Brandon Coleman into guard, or are we gonna get the same left tackle, right tackle? I mean, tackle guard cliche response. But that's why I give it a C. I mean, I give it a C for that reason because I don't know how it's going to make the overall makeup of this line. I don't know if Brandon Coleman is playing right tackle. I don't know if Connolly Jr. is playing left guard or whatever the case is. But I also know that Donovan Ezraku did not get drafted in the first round. And he was sitting there on the board. So, I mean, I think it's to be determined as things go on, but that's just how I personally feel with the pick happening, 10 minutes ago?
Hey, on the bright side, it's going to be a lot of edge rushers falling. Like, it's going to be a lot of edge rushers available.
So here's where I was getting at. As we close out, Mike Green on the board. Ezra Rocco's on the board. JT, two more. Bro, I prayed they don't draft him because I ain't
Ohio State edge.
JTT. Olafemi, Oladejo,
yes,
Nick Scorton, Landon Jackson. All right, so those are the top guys. Running backs. Travion Henderson is still out there. Caleb Johnson. Those may not like it, but he up there. Cam Scatterbo.
Oh, the safety
receivers.
Nick.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to scroll over. Yeah, Nick Ammonwari.
I wasn't trying to say his name. I was the safety from South Carolina.
Nick Ammonwari. Andrew Makuba. Will Johnson. Hey, imagine if they asked me to go up there and give a pick.
They would need a
translator. I had to announce a pick, bro. Hey, bro, they had to give me a medical expert, bro. I think I'm having a seizure or something. All right. So look, we got names. That's gonna end it up for us on this show. Appreciate everybody who watched live, man. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. I do got comments on Marshawn Lattimore, but I'm not here for that tonight. We're here to talk about the draft. But I'm gonna let that. It is what it is. And then we're gonna talk about tomorrow when tomorrow get here. Friday when Friday get here. Dre, handle your business, man. Crash out. AJ, man, if you need to write in your diary about how much y'all like this pick, bro, do what you gotta do.
AJ going straight on Madden.
You gonna boost him up to what, a 99, bro?
No, he gonna pick Travion Henderson. He gonna go in.
Man, I'm just trying to hear this Adam Peters presser, bro.
Yeah, I was waiting out for it, but they interviewed Connolly first. So
yeah, I'm just trying to hear this Adam Peters presser.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some talent on the board for tomorrow. It's just Washington sits so deep down that it concerns me a little bit, but we'll see what happens, man.
Hey, AJ, you know what the cliche response in Adam Peters' presser is going to be? Now, it's not going to be, oh, he could play guard, he could play tight. He's going to say that, but it's going to be competition. That's what they're talking about.
I already know.
Let's look at that. It's either going to be, competition.
It's going to be, we're going to put the best guys out there.
Competition, best guys out there. Or what's the other jump?
Guard tackle.
Yeah. I think he could play either one of them. Nah, I think
versatility.
That's the one. I think versatility. It's gonna be one of those three, if not all three. All right. We'll see. Y'all get up out of here. Appreciate everybody watch live. We'll catch y'all later. Trap It Out. Be back.
Yes, sir.
Space. All right, let's set the outro. Let's set the outro this time. There we go. Trap it down. Trap it down. You gon' trap it down. Trap it down. You gon' trap it down.
Damn, set, watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through 4th and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep your cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.